So I'm super excited for this brush kit, but I think unfortunately it is sold out at Sephora right now. It's the Tokidoki, I think it's specifically called the 24 karat edition Patura brush set. It's 4 brushes, and it was on sale at Sephora, and then they were doing that extra 20% off thing, so it was like just such a good deal for these brushes. I have the other brushes, and so I kind of just wanted to complete the collection. I was a little bit worried about these charms being irritating, but they come off, and thankfully somebody else uploaded a video about them, and then that kind of helped me decide to go ahead and just purchase them. So per usual, the case is super cute with the tokidoki little art. I just like the characters. I don't love the Asian woman that's always in these, but I love these little characters. But what I do like to do is I will save the container and cut around these little guys and then kind of just put them places randomly because they are really cute. So this is what the first big brush looks like, and these are the little charms that hang off of it. So it's a little star guy with the skull face, and then the classic kind of tokidoki symbol here. Then on the actual brush, you can see it's printed on there, some tokidoki artwork. And then it's kind of this brassy gold color. And then the nice synthetic brush. And I've really enjoyed my other tokidoki brushes. Like, I think they're really soft and they're pretty dense and just really nice kind of for everyday use. So this one, I'm not sure if I would use it as a powder brush or a blush brush, but I think you could do whatever you want with these. I'm not a beauty guru, so I'm not really sure. I just kind of use them however they seem to work for me. Okay, and then it also comes with this, I think it's like a full shadow brush. Again, these are the little charms. Latte. So cute. Again, a little more print on the actual brush. This one is a smaller kind of, I think it's an eyeshadow brush. I'm sorry, I don't know brushes. But it's a smaller version of this one, and they're kind of these full-size rounded brushes. So I think you could maybe use it as a, I don't know if I would use it as an eyeliner. It's not thin enough, but it is shorter, and so then it is very stiff compared to the other one, and smaller. And then this is the charm that comes on this one, and the little tokidoki symbol. And last but not least, this brush. I think this would be a concealer brush. It's like really, it's much stiffer, like those concealer brushes are, or maybe even like an eyeliner brush, because it is very thin. But it's those stiffer bristles, and it does have this tapered edge here. Print on the brush. And then these little guys. This one's my favorite because it's a little like Pegasus guy. Pegasus unicorn. If anybody remembers, this is kind of dating myself, but there was an old cartoon called Unico, and that's what this little guy reminds me of. So cute. So then those are the 4 brushes, and those are with the charms attached. So these are kind of like full size, kind of long brushes. So it's kind of hard to show with one hand, but these are the charms, right? And so each one has this clasp here, just like kind of like a charm bracelet would. And so you can just undo this clasp, Okay, and then you can just, oh, it slid out. You just drag it through that hole. So now you actually have the little charms. And I guess that's the idea, maybe to attach it to like a charm bracelet if you wanted. Lengthwise, let's see here, the whole thing is like, it's not big enough to be a bracelet, that's for sure. Maybe like 5 inches long. And the charms do individually hook on to a certain link, so you can't really take those off. Let's see, then there's the clasp, and then you could just link it onto any one of those other links. So then that's how you take the charms off. So you can do that for all of them. They all have that little clasp at the end. And then you just slide it through that hole that it was around. And now you have a brush that won't kind of tinker around. So it will be a silent brush, which is what I was worried about when I was staring at them for a long time and debating if I should get them. But luckily the charms are removable, in case that was an impediment to your purchase. So now you have just a nice brush. And then you can keep the charms. Lastly, they do come with these nice containers. Each brush came with one. And I don't leave them on there all the time. What I do is I keep these for when I clean the brushes, so that after I've cleaned the brush, to kind of help give it its shape back, is then I dry them by pushing this back on here. And I know that's really tight for this brush, but I would let it dry for a little bit and then kind of shape it after it's completely dry or when it's a little bit more dry, so that the bristles come back together nice like that. Ta-da! I don't know if you really need to do that for these other brushes because they're so small, but they did each come with a little encasement as well. So I took all of the charms off of the brushes and connected them by their clasps, and it does make this kind of charm bracelet. This is connecting them end to end, so at the very last link of each one. So it is too long or too big for a bracelet for me. It's kind of like, let's see here, like 20 inches long kind of thing, if you were to unclose it. But you could easily make it like an anklet or a bracelet, and you would just have to adjust where you clasp the link to. So instead of being end to end, just shorten it up a little bit. But it does kind of make this cute little charm bracelet as an option. So I misspoke a little bit when I was talking about the length. This is the longest brush in the set. And this is the same length as like my other tokidoki brush, even a little bit longer than that. But it is, and longer than this Eco Tools brush that I have. But these guys are much shorter. So these guys are shorter than the tokidoki brushes by that much, and shorter than this Eco Tools brush. So these are actually, you could travel with these probably, if you have a long enough kind of cosmetic case. But they are a little bit shorter than I originally thought, so I just wanted to clarify that.